Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. Let's do more Hearthstone. I want to experiment a little bit here with a format. So, I played a lot of this while I was on holiday, and I had some interesting results, actually. I believe we can have a look at that. As you'll note, I actually got the Grandmaster medal in Arena, which means that I beat the entire mode. It's pretty tricky to do. You've got to win 9 games without losing more than 2. So I believe I was 9-2 on that particular run. And that was with a rather tasty Warlock deck that worked out quite well. As you can see, I've actually, not even played play mode, really. I've put, 2 games into it. But I played Arena a lot. And I like Arena. I think Arena's really cool, and it might be really awesome to kind of learn the game and learn the different cards inside out. It maybe is not the optimal way of doing that, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to draft a really bad deck and waste a lot of gold and or money trying to run through it. But I like the mode. I think it's kind of exciting. So, I want to experiment with the idea of doing a full Arena run on video and see whether or not it's actually viable. So, I'm not guaranteeing any episodes at all. Just want to be abundantly clear with that. So I know people are like, when's your next Scrolls video? It's like, I never said I was going to make one. I made a few videos because I was playing the game at the time, and I'm not playing it now, and I'll probably play again once they bring the new deck out, and maybe a couple more, but that's just the way that I am with games. I play stuff, if I'm really into it, and I want to share that, I'll maybe make a video or two about it, and then I'll stop. So if you do subscribe to my channel for just one irregular series, I would strongly suggest not doing that, because it will probably be a disappointment. So, without further ado, let's get into Arena mode. For those of you who don't know, maybe this is your first Hearthstone video you're watching, the Arena is a draft mode whereby you forge a 30-card deck out of... it's not so much random cards. The game does a little bit of determining on the side, but basically you draft a deck, you pick one of 3 heroes that it draws, and then you pick from a selection of 90 cards in total. So it offers you a choice of 3, you pick one. Then it offers you another choice of 3, then you pick another one, and so on and so forth. And you draft your deck together and hope that it doesn't suck, and then you go up against people that have done the same thing. You have to get to 9 wins, but you only are allowed 2 losses, yeah? If you lose 3 times, you're out. And every time you win, you increase the quality of the loot you're going to get at the end by getting a higher grade key. So, shall we? Seems like a plan. I'm going to pay real money for this because I actually don't quite have enough gold. It's $2 or 150 gold to do this. Depending on how well you do in the Arena, you may very well get enough to just try again, and you'll also get some cards and some arcane dust and maybe a rare or 2 if you are lucky. We're just going to throw some money at this one. There we go. We shall charge the $2. It's a nice little incentive, I think, for not sucking. But I don't think Arena is something that a lot of people will be able to do on a regular basis, and I don't think it's intended to be that. I think the play mode is the primary. Okay, what do we got? Gul'dan, Malfurion, Stormrage, or Thrall. So we got a Warlock, a Druid, and a Shaman. Well, my first success was with a Warlock, so if I want to start off strong, I think I might do that one again, because I've learned a few things about how the Warlock actually works. And now a little bit about the Shaman. My Druid knowledge is fairly limited, I've got to say, so I'm not feeling 100% confident about drafting a good deck with Malfurion, so I'm going to go with Gul'dan for the time being. If this ends up getting off the ground, then I'll probably do all the classes multiple times. So, it's nice to be able to know everything. I think that if you know more about the class, then obviously you're going to be more effective against people that play it. So let's Gul'dan it up, shall we? The Warlock has an ability which allows him to sacrifice 2 life in order to draw a card. It costs 2 mana to do so, and in my opinion, it's a very, very powerful ability. Okay, what do we got? So, it's going to give you a selection of different levels of cards. Sometimes it might give you an epic, it'll give you a few rares, it'll give you a decent number of commons. Sometimes it gives you a legendary, which is usually a very strange choice, because a lot of the legendaries are really weird. People might think, oh, legendary, so OP. Not really. Legendaries are just weird, and they're also bullet magnets, and they cost a huge amount of mana to bring into the game and generally die very quickly. They're very situational cards, and as a result, they might have a bunch of really odd, unique effects that you haven't seen on anything else, but good luck finding the actual usefulness for it. Alright, so I'm going to grab a Mana Addict here. The reason I'm going to grab Mana Addict is because I've used effectively before the Mana Addict and Power Overwhelming Bomb technique, which involves casting the spell, gaining 2 attack from the spell, gaining 4 more attack from the Power Overwhelming, then hitting somebody with it, which is a fairly effective way of doing things. And if you happen to be a heavy spellcaster, then Mana Addict is definitely going to be a nice thing. It's also a fairly cheap card to get out, so... Alarm Bot's quite nice as well, but it's a little too random for my taste. Like, you can get some really amazing card combos with it, but again, you've got to be very cautious about how you use it, and it's a bit of a toss-up as to what it summons. So we'll start with Mana Addict. Now, at the bottom, we should be keeping an eye on our mana curve here. Haven't quite learned the specific techniques behind that yet. I would like to know. The most success I've had is by having sort of a curve that starts around here and kind of goes down, and then maybe gets a couple more up at the end here. So that seems to work fairly well. Alright, Ogre Mage, I use Stone Tusk Boar or Ancient Brewmaster. Okay, well, Ogre Mage is quite nice. It gets that +1 spell power. I'm not really into the Pandarans in this game. All of the Pandarans have this battle cry where you return a friendly minion from the battlefield to your hand, which is sometimes useful and sometimes a pain in the arse. So, obviously, that allows you to basically resummon the minion at full health and so on and so forth, or maybe reset a battle cry effect. I think there's a lot of potentially very interesting things going on with that, but for a Warlock deck, it doesn't make a lot of sense to take it, especially since a lot of the demons actually have negative battle cries. So, I think we're just going to take something nice and cheap. We're going to take the Boar. Alright. There's my first power overwhelming. Annoyingly enough, it's giving me the choice between that, Shield Bearer, and a Flame Imp. I like all of those cards. Flame Imp is pretty good, especially early on in the game. It's only 1 cost. It deals 2 damage to you, but like, it's a 3/2 creature with 1 cost that you can get out on turn 1. It's pretty crazy. Power overwhelming is what I'm going to be relying on, though. Those bombs have been very effective for me in the past, so I'm going to grab one of those. Okay, let's see what else we got. Sacrificial Pact. Destroy a demon, restore 5 health to your hero. So far, we don't have any demons. I'm hoping to get them, because without demons, a Warlock deck's kind of stupid. Then you've got a really nice 1/7 taunt creature that I like a lot, and the Dark Scale Healer, which restores health to all characters. I mean, all of these cards are good, quite frankly. I think we're going to start with a solid base, though. I want to make sure that I've got taunt and I've got meat in my deck to keep me alive. So there we go. Thormir Farseer, Dalaran Mage, Raging Worgen. Alright. Thormir Farseer can work with Power Overwhelming because it is a Wind Fury creature. There's not that many Wind Fury creatures in the game. So, unless you're a Shaman, it's difficult to actually give Wind Fury to something. But that might be worthwhile. That's a decent spell power up as well. Depends how many I get. I mean, for a Warlock, it's not as important because you have less direct damage attacks as far as I can tell. Versus, say, a Mage that can just, like, throw fireballs and pyroblast directly on them. Shadow Bolts actually don't affect enemy heroes for some reason. They only affect minions. I guess that's how they differentiate the classes. Enrage, Wind Fury, and +1 attack. Now, this is if he takes damage, yeah? Wind Fury and +1 attack, I mean, that's kind of good. But he has to take damage and not die, which can be a little bit difficult, honestly. What would be nice is if the Warlock actually had an ability to knock his health down myself, but I don't think he can target friendly creatures with stuff like Mortal Coil, so we're going to take it anyway. I think there's definitely potential usefulness there. Okay, what do we got? Shadow Bolt, Novice Engineer, Ironforge Rifleman. Okay, we don't really have any direct damage creature removal ability yet, so I'm going to take a Shadow Bolt. Murloc Raider, Ironfur Grizzly, Lord of the Arena. Murloc Raider is excellent. It's 2/1 for 1 cost. That's a lot of damage potential. Also, if you combo it up with other Murlocs, it generally gains a lot of benefits. Lord of the Arena is a really nice 6/5 taunt, and then Ironfur Grizzly is nice as well. Now, we don't have any high-cost cards yet, so I'm very tempted to go with Lord of the Arena, but for that early damage, I'm going to take the Murloc Raider. Alright, Blood Imp and Sense Demons. Okay, currently we don't have a lot of demons. Sense Demons is fantastic because it's card draw, and if you've got a lot of demons, it's a wonderful card to have. Blood Imp is phenomenal. It's got stealth, and it gives you +1 health. At least this is my experience. Bear in mind, everything I'm saying here is from my experience, and it's still in beta, so, you know, a bunch of tryhards will think, of course, they know the game inside out, but that's probably not the case. I'm decent at it. Blood Imp, I've had so much success with. In stealth, you can't target it, and it'll stay in stealth unless you bring it out of stealth, so the +1 health across the board, especially with a lot of smaller creatures, is fantastic, especially for 1 cost. So I'm going to grab that. Another Sacrificial Pact there. We also have a Stranglethorn Tiger and a River Crocolisk available. River Crocolisk is 2/3, which is not terrible. I prefer 3/2 for that cost, really. And stuff like, say, the Gnomish Knife Juggler, I think, is either 2 or 3. I can't remember which is way better than that, I feel. Stealth Tiger, 5/5, not bad. Haven't got a 5-cost creature yet. That might not be the worst idea ever. Don't have many demons, so I'm going to take that. Alright. Knife Juggler. Such a good card. Unfortunately, it's going to throw me up against the Void Terror, which is also good. The Void Terror is great if you're going to do a Power Overwhelming combo. So what you do is you feed Power Overwhelming to a creature, which would kill it. You know, that's what it does. It kills it at the end. But you can use the Void Terror to then eat that creature and gain that power permanently, which is a very, very powerful combo. Knife Juggler is pretty awesome, especially if you have a lot of low-cost creatures, which I actually do. It's annoying that I'm going to have to choose between the two, but such is the ways of the draft mode, so we're going to go with the Void Terror. I want that big combo to set up and blow away my opponents. Okay, Goldshark Footman, Chillwind Yeti, Harvest Golem. I'm not too big on the Harvest Golems, honestly. Chillwind Yetis and Goldshark Footman. So Chillwind Yeti's just like a solid creature. More taunt is always nice. That low-cost taunt is great. So I'm going to grab that. It's not very tough, but it'll take a hit for you. Alright, another Sacrificial Pact, but a Spellbreaker. Silence. So useful. Silence basically wipes card text. Incredibly good. If there's a really problematic creature or a taunt in your way, Spellbreaker can save your ass. So I'm going to think with that. Bloodsail Raider is absolutely useless on a Warlock because you don't use weapons. So Spellbreaker. Bloodfen Raptor is, yeah, again, it's weird that you would take a Bloodfen Raptor over something like a Gnomish Knife Juggler because it's just obviously worse. You know, the Knife Juggler is also a 3/2 creature, but can also throw knives whenever you summon a minion. And there's a bunch of other ones, like the, I think it's the Toxic Ooze or something like that, that's also better. So unless you're really, really stacking your deck full of 2-cost creatures, I don't see the reason to get the Raptor, because it's just like, for 2 cost, you can get more interesting and useful effects. Razorfen Hunter for 3, summons a 1/1 boar alongside it as well. Not too shabby, not the worst thing ever. You know, it gives you 2 targets instead of 1. If you've got a lot of buffs, you know, with, say, Blood Imp, that's going to give it an extra +1 there. If you've got something that can buff up all the attack, it can become very effective. Ancient Brewmaster, I'm still thinking this might be useful, though. Like, as weird as it sounds, I know I've said I'm kind of staying away from the Pandorans, but the more I think about it, the more useful this could potentially be on something really valuable. So I think we're going to grab that. Alright, Direwolf Alpha, Iron Fur Grizzly, not Iron 4, and Flame Imp. Again, I love the Flame Imp. Just a 3/2 right out the gate is absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. Iron Fur Grizzly's pretty good too. 3/3 with Taunt is nice. I have a decent amount of... How much Taunt do I have, actually? I got, what, 2 Taunt creatures right now? I'm going to take a Flame Imp. I've got a lot of ones here, so I could start to flesh out the heavier stuff. Okay. Archmage, we're not really going for much of the spell power here, so unless you're doing that, it's not that useful in my opinion. Nightblade, not too shabby, because that bypasses Taunt. It can be a really nice card to finish your opponent off, but I'm thinking we get another Taunt here. Second, Mogashan Warden. Sense Demons, Iron Fur Grizzly, Raid Leader. Raid Leader's, it's alright. You know, it's 2/2, which makes it kind of easy to kill, and it's 3 cost, but it does give you that +1 attack. If you're playing a lot of small creatures, yeah, Raid Leader's great. But for me, I think I'm probably going to skip that for the time being. Iron Fur Grizzly, more Taunt, Sense Demons. I'm hoping to get more Demons. We're about halfway through, and I think I only have 2 Demons, but, you know, Sense Demons is going to be a useful card. Second Power Overwhelming, very important. I'm hoping to get another Mana Addict. Having only 1 in the deck is not that ideal. And maybe a Wind Fury Harpy, which gives you that big combo. Okay, Summoning Portal. I usually would take the Summoning Portal here. If you can even keep this out for like 1 or 2 turns, it's absolutely fantastic. So the problem is protecting it, but with enough Taunt, it's reasonably easy to do. And this thing counts as a creature, so it does actually benefit, I believe, from the Blood Imp. I think. Alright. I could be wrong. Oasis Snapjaw. Never been a fan of that. Unless you can give it Taunt, there's kind of no point in it being there, in my opinion. Frostwolf Warlord, yes. Very good. And then Mortal Coil, which is not too bad. Mortal Coil is... It's a little bit extra card draw, which is not too shabby. You know, just that little bit of direct damage. Works well if you've got spell power. I'm thinking Frostwolf Warlord here. We're pretty heavy on creatures, as you can see. We're very heavy on creatures, so anything that benefits from that is usually good. Alright. Ah, that sucks. I was hoping my rare would be another Mana Addict, but it's not. Mind Control Tech Demolisher, Murloc Tidecaller. A little bit too random for my taste. Like, mind controlling something out of... It's a 1 in 4 chance of getting something good, potentially. Demolisher, I like if you can keep it alive. Like, you keep this thing alive behind a wall, and it's pretty effective. Murloc Tidecaller. We don't have enough Murlocs to justify that card. Like, if it was a Murloc-heavy deck, then yes. But I think we're going to take Demolisher for the time being. I'm still figuring this out, so, you know, I haven't read up on this or anything like that. no doubt there'll be plenty of interesting suggestions. Demon Fire, I think we will go with Demon Fire here. We don't really have enough spells yet. I do have some demons. Anything that power that Void Terror up, if it can be that big nasty beastie, then that's good. Alright, Succubus, I hate this card. I mean, it's a 2-cost card. It's stupidly powerful for it, but you have to discard a random card, which can completely screw everything up. So, you know, I'm not that keen on it. I can definitely see the potential behind it. If you had a lot of weenies in your deck, you could pull a lot of those out and not really worry. But with me, Voidwalker, I think, is just a great card for 1 cost. Taunt and 1/3. And, of course, can be brought through with Sense Demons. Mana Wraith. All minions cost 1 mana more. Wow. But I did get a second Mana Addict, which is fantastic. You can actually go above the 2-card limit in this particular mode, which is quite interesting. Okay. That's nice, especially considering the cost. Another Raging Worgen wouldn't be terrible either. We've got a lot of 1-cost here, but we don't have a lot of kind of direct damage stuff, so I think I'm going to grab a Corruption. That's another removal. Armani Berserker, Raid Leader. We're getting a lot of cheap stuff here. My curve is kind of weird. I've got a lot of 1, and then I don't really have anything heavy at the end, which would be kind of nice. I'm relying on combos more so than I am on heavy stuff, but... Okay, Raid Leader, Armani Berserker, Mortal Coil. Let's get some more of that buff out. Let's do that. We've got a lot of creatures. Youthful Brewmaster, same effect kind of as the Ancient Brewmaster. He's just a little less tough. Not too bad a card, I think. Dragonling Mechanic, I think with the amount of buff coming out, that might not be a terrible idea. Gets you those 2 cards. Soulfire, 1 damage, just got a random card. Nasty, but free. So, you know, you can finish a game off with that. You can kind of throw a Hail Mary in that direction. Second Dragonling Mechanic, yeah. Alright, that sounds reasonable. Stormwood Knight, Abusive Sergeant, and Drain Life. Abusive Sergeant, I mean, for 1 cost is great. You can get that early damage out, but I'm thinking we just need some damage and a little bit of healing. That's something we're currently lacking, so a bit of Drain Life in there. What else have we got? There's some more healing, actually. That's a 5/4 with a 4 health heal. Might be worth it. I like the Reckless Rocketeer. I mean, it's a 5/2 charge creature, which means you just go boom, right out of the gate with that. We don't have a single 6-cost creature, so I'm going to take the Priestess. I just want a little bit of health. And finally, what do we got? Man, wish I had a Murloc deck. Sea Giant is probably the... Both of these are pretty good. Like, the Big Game Hunter is really good. I have had my big legendary creature sniped by that card over and over again. It's a 3-cost creature. It's a bit specific, but it's lovely to kind of have in your inventory. The thing is, with the amount of creatures I've got... How many creatures have I got? That would be actually really nice. I wished it would break things down that way, but it doesn't. But I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18... Yeah, 19, 20, 21, plus the Dragonlings. Yeah, Sea Giant sounds like a phenomenal idea. Like, there's going to be so many minions coming out of this deck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it as much as my Grandmaster draft, I've got to say. Didn't quite get the stuff that I really wanted there, but I did get the Mana Addict. I did get 1 Void Terror. Wished I got a second one, but my demon count is not that high, which means that my Sense Demon's ability, assuming I get a hold of it, will probably get me that Void Terror. It's likely to happen. There's actually only 4 demons in this deck. So, yeah. Okay. Right, without further ado, let's give it a bash, shall we? Let's go in and see how it turns out. Well, the drafting took like 20 minutes. That's something to consider, certainly, on future episodes. But I do think the drafting process is interesting, but maybe it's just interesting to me. Let me know. Alright. Rexar, Hunter. Okay. Don't play a lot of Hunter decks. Not one of the more popular classes that I've seen thus far. Okay, cool. I get the coin, which means I'll be able to use a 2-cost, but there's nothing here which will actually kind of let me do that, which is a little unfortunate. I think I'm going to toss the Ancient Brewmaster and see if I can get a cheaper creature. I've got a lot of 1-cost. There we go, Flame Imp. Great, ideal. Cool. Alright, let's see what he's got. So, for those who don't know, Hunters have a steady shot power. That's 2 damage to the enemy hero. Like, in terms of direct damage via hero powers, I believe theirs is the best. The Mage has a 1 damage ability, but that can also be targeted on an enemy in terms of the actual minions. Alright, he's got a Taunt out immediately. That's slightly annoying. That means any kind of direct rush damage I was hoping to do with this Flame Imp is going to be negated for a little while. I could throw the coin out this turn, but I'm not going to do it this turn because I think I want to get the Demolisher out nice and early. So do I start with the Flame Imp? No, I'm going to start with the Void Walker, and then I'm going to throw out the Demolisher. And then after that, I can think about the Flame Imp. Alright, cool. Now, the reason I want to do that, really, is to just give me something to hide this Demolisher behind, because the longer this Demolisher stays on the field, the better it is. Oh, Knife Juggler. Okay, that's kind of got to be the first priority target to go down. It depends how many cards he's able to really get out, because if he starts throwing a lot of creatures out, then this Knife Juggler is going to be a nightmare. It is one of my favorite cards in the game. I've won multiple games using Knife Jugglers, so I really like them. Okay, so we can either Demon Fire that, which is not going to do anything, or we could throw out the coin and get the Demolisher out immediately, which is exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. And since that one actually does no damage at all, we can safely just hit it and start to work on it. Okay, so the start of every turn, this is going to throw 2 damage out. That could mean the Knife Juggler dies next turn. It's kind of a 50-50 shot, although actually it's a random enemy, so that might even hit Rexar as well. I'd prefer the Knife Juggler to go down, but of course, you know, you're rolling the dice on that one. He's probably going to summon another creature. Now, the Knife Juggler can kill off the Void Walker immediately this turn if he so desires. Okay, Scavenging Hyena. So that's done 1 damage there. And a Hunter's Mark. I don't think you've quite thought that one through, son. Okay, yeah, that's actually great, because he screwed that up completely. No, it didn't. I think he ignored the fact that I had a Taunt creature, so my that Hunter's Mark was a waste. So my Demolisher is going to do something next turn. The question, of course, is what? Is he trying to steady shot me? Because that would be kind of hilarious. Alright, that's his Hyena immediately out. I would have preferred the Knife Juggler to go down, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Alright. I could just Demon Fire him and get rid of the... I mean, that might not be the worst idea ever. Just anything that kind of keep this Demolisher alive. There's also, of course, the Raging Worgen. This is a possibility. The reason I say this is a possibility... I don't have any Taunt to protect it, though. The reason I would have said that is because the Knife Juggler might end up hitting the Worgen, which would actually trigger the Enrage effect, which would be great. Problem is I don't have any Taunt to keep him alive. So I think I'm going to save him until I can get my Warden out, and then things are going to go down. Alright, I'm going to Demon Fire the Knife Juggler. He'll probably have a second Knife Juggler. I want him out of the way because he's just too much of a pain in the ass. He's got a lot of damage potential. And then I'm going to toss the Flame Imp out as well. And then... Ow. Yes. And then my Demolisher can sort of poke away at this taunting creature here. Alright, so at the start of my turn, it's going to throw out another 2. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, actually making this Raging Worgen enrage without killing it is a tricky thing. That would be... These kind of enrage effects would be really nice in a deck that buffs health up. That would be kind of cool. Or a deck with kind of a lot of area, minion heal. Something to consider. Alright, so what's he got? Well, he's a hunter. He's got a number of interesting things that he could pull out. Right now, it doesn't look like his deck is like... He's not pulling amazing stuff. Cool, that gets rid of one of his taunt, but unfortunately he does have another one. Ah, Sea Giant. Can't play it yet, but it's getting to that point. Okay. Well, he doesn't have the ability... This is nice, because he doesn't have the ability right now to kill off the Worgen, which means the Worgen could come out and could then kind of beat on this Patriarch and actually get his enrage from that. And then maybe I could use the Power Overwhelming combo, assuming he allowed it to stay alive. It's a possibility. Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice on that possibility. Yeah, that'll Worgen out. Don't really want to... Well, I can do damage to him, yeah. I mean, I think I can safely do damage without really worrying too much. I don't want to kill him off, though. As weird as it sounds. That's just dumb, isn't it? I'm just thinking about it, it's like, no, it's probably not worth it just to trigger that enrage effect. There'll probably be something else later on. I should just get rid of his taunt creature. I think I get a little bit too obsessed with flashy plays over just solid stuff. Like, if I have 3 creatures on the field and he has none, and that was like another taunt creature of his gone from his deck, then this is a more powerful position for me to be in. Well, same number of cards as he has. I've got a constant damage output every single start of the turn that he currently can't get rid of. Alright. See, I made the right call. And the reason I made the right call is because now I can do the same thing here. Yeah, I can just poke him, and I can get that out immediately. It's just kind of a shame I can't enrage him now. That would be amazing. And I could just rip into Rexar. Okay, so I've got a couple of options here. I'm thinking we just throw out both of our taunt creatures, and then I just kind of beat on him, which enrages him, and that will keep him safe, and then I can do the big combination. Alright, sounds reasonable. Okay, we're going to throw the Footman out there, we're going to throw the Warden out there, and I'm going to start, of course, by attacking him. That's going to trigger the Enrage. So that's the Wind Fury. I can then power Overwhelming if I so desire. And then we're looking to finish off this Warden. I don't... Oh, God. It's kind of a slightly annoying... Oh, that triggered Wind Fury immediately. Oh, of course it would. Yeah, why would I think that it would trigger next turn? That's actually a really strange thing to think. Huh. That's really weird. Why would I have thought that? Well, I guess I just hit him again with that. Yeah, I guess it would work that way. Huh. Well, he's 4-1 with Wind Fury now. We'll see if he allows him to stay alive next turn. Whatever the case, we can actually do some direct damage for once, so that's good. Okay, he's got 3 cards, 6 mana, and nothing on the field, whereas I've got 5 creatures with 2 taunts, so that's not too shabby, to say the least. I could bring the Sea Giant out next turn, assuming I don't lose any minions. Razorfen Hunter. Okay, that's actually going to make it even cheaper. Alright. He does have a taunt creature. Okay, that's fine. I can make my way through that without too much... Oh! Ouch! Unlucky, son. Alright. Yeah. No, that's really bad for him. I actually kind of feel sorry for him. That was brutal. You know what I can do? If there's a limit of 7 creatures, though, so I couldn't really do that. What I was going to say is I'll bring this out, and then the Sea Giant will cost, like, 1, and then I can just play him. So I think we do the Power Overwhelming combo here with the Raging Worgen, because that's actually going to deal an absurd amount of damage. And he has no taunt. Alright, okay, well, we're going to start with that, then. Am I right in doing this? I believe so. There's no other reason for me to delay it. Okay, so he's going to eat the Power Overwhelming combo, which is going to hurt really badly, as you can see. That's that 16 damage off the bat. I don't have the ability to kill him this turn. I've only got... Yeah, I just don't have enough damage. But that's actually fine. I'm tempted to kill off one of my creatures just so I can do that, but even then, the idea won't work. So, I think I'll throw down the Dragonlink mechanic. You see, it would be really nice if I could fit that in there, but I can't. Actually, no, because I'll kill the minion off, which will bring the cost back up. Yeah, I was like, oh, is that going to work? And I'm like, no, it's not. It's fine. He's probably dead next turn anyway. Like, if he's got something that can clear out all of that, then I'll be really impressed. Hunters generally don't. They've got some nice direct damage. A lot of their AoE stuff is based on secrets, basically traps. Alright, he's got the taunt stuff out. Okay. Yep, so that's going to keep him alive. It'll be a bit more difficult to break through this line now. And he's just played all of his creatures, so... He's now got to start working through my taunt stuff. Which is fine. That gives me... now that there's enough stuff on the field, I can just get the Sea Giant out for 1 next turn. I think he might just give... Is he going to give up? He might. He very well might. Like, he's probably dead now, frankly. Okay, well... I think we can get the Sea Giant out for free, actually. Yeah, might as well. Yeah, there's enough stuff on there just to bring the Sea Giant out and just say, hey, what's up? And we can drain life as well. So, yeah. Now we just need to break him, basically. So let's just... all of his defenders are 1 health. It actually doesn't matter how I do this. So, it's not relevant. He's dead. He's dead. And you're dead. GG. He seemed a little inexperienced, honestly. I'm not sure he really knew what he was kind of doing with his deck, and for the most part, once I got the control on the ground, that was it. He didn't really have much of a shot. Alright, so that gets me the first key. This goes up to 9. The look of that key will change every time. So, on to round 2. I'll most likely have to split these videos up, because I'm having a feeling these will go on for quite some time, so... do expect this to be in multiple parts. Alright, who we got? That's the same guy, I think, is it? I think that was the same guy. Cool, I know what's in his deck. He also knows what's in mine, but we'll take that. Alright, starting off with a Flame Imp. Summoning Portal in the bottle. Yeah, I'll take that. Especially if I'm starting first, which, you know, is like, oh, if I don't have any mana, that's going to be bad. But no, I can get the Flame Imp out immediately. And I sense demons as well. Cool. Alright. I'm alright with that. Okay, so Flame Imp's out immediately. Let's see if he's got... I'm pretty sure this is the same guy. I actually can't remember his name, which makes me feel terrible. But let's see if he gets out any early taunt. Bear in mind, he went second, and in this game, if you go second, you get something called the coin, which is a one-time mana crystal, which is quite nice. Okay, so we've got nothing we can play, which means I'm going to life tap, which is great. You know, a little bit of early card draw, do damage to myself, that happens, and then I can just do immediate 3 damage there. So currently, I've got a decent selection of cards. Bear in mind, one of his cards is the coin, so it's not as crazy a scary-looking hand as it actually is. We're a bit closer to equal at this point. Okay, so I've got nice board advantage right now because I've got that 3/2 creature out. If you can't deal with that in the next couple of turns, it's going to do like an annoying amount of damage really early on in the game. If he throws a taunt creature out, I do have Shadow Bolt available to me next turn if it's too much of a threat, and I can just keep having my Flame Imp Hammer on him, or I can just do Corruption, assuming that that particular minion doesn't have the ability to kill off the Flame Imp before Corruption kills it. Acidic Swampoos. Again, I love that. Why would you not take that over the Raptor, right? Because you've got a destruction of the opponent's weapon, but it's the same stats and the same cost. It's just a flat-out better card. So, yeah. Okay. I can Sense Demons, I can Shadow Bolt, I can Corruption. I might have to Shadow Bolt it, which is kind of annoying on a 2-cost creature, really. Corruption, he's going to be able to kill off my Flame Imp next turn if I do that. Alternatively, I Sense Demons, but honestly, for turn 4, I've already got options. So I'm thinking, as weird as it sounds, we Shadow Bolt it just to kind of... I just want to keep his minions off the board. Yeah? I don't want to let him gain any momentum, because there is a problem with this deck. Some of you may have noticed it in the drafting. What is it lacking? The answer is it is lacking Area of Effect board clearing. It does not have a Twisting Nether, which is an 8-cost card which wipes the board. It does not have any Hellfire whatsoever, which means that blowing up lines of creatures, not an option. It doesn't have Shadow Flame, which means blowing up one of your creatures to blow up the other line. Not there. I don't have those. So it's my priority to ensure that I always have a creature advantage, because if I don't, then I am going to lose, most likely. Random Beast. Alright. Rolling the dice on that one, aren't we? Okay. This is good because I can probably kill it off before it becomes too much of a problem. It has more health than I can kill with my Flame Imp, but I can just throw a Corruption on it next turn, so it's not going to do too much. Alright, the Void Terror is out. Alright, can't really do anything with that yet, but there's a lot of nice options available with it. Okay, I really want rid of that. As weird as it sounds, like getting a Summoning Portal out would be kind of cool. It means I get my Sea Giant out nice and easy, but I really don't want him to have that. I really don't want him to have it. So what I'm gonna... I think I'll do that and I'll Sense Demons, just so I've got a lot of choice. So, okay, he's got Corruption on him, which means he's gonna die on my next turn. I'm now gonna Sense Demons, which is gonna pull 2 more demons from my pack, and there's not that many of them. A Blood Imp and a Void Walker, great. And I'm gonna just deal some more direct damage. So he's gonna be able to hit me next turn. He will actually be able to kill my Flame Imp if he likes. And he probably will, since I've basically put a Time Bomb on his actual card itself. He'll probably just throw it at my Flame Imp, which I feel is more... It's better to kill off the Flame Imp, which is doing you 3 damage every turn, than to actually hit the other guy for 2 and then just die. So, unless he's able to bring out a creature with charge, this is not going to help him. I guess he can't. He could, yeah. I mean, he could do it now and do that, but, you know, momentarily, he's not going to have any creatures, so... What are you going to do with those 4 mana? What are you going to do? He's deliberating. Secret. Okay. That could be a number of things. That could be an explosive trap. It could be a snake trap. It's hard to say. Don't know. I believe the Hunter deck has, I think, at least 3 secrets, if I recall correctly. Something like that. So it can be a little tricky. Okay. We've actually got loads of options now. I'm going to be able to get a creature advantage on the board. I could get my Taunt guy out, who could very easily trigger whatever that trap is. It's probably an explosive trap, which makes me think that getting out a small creature like the Blood Imp right now would be bad, because I want to clear that trap before it just gets blown into the ether. A Void Walker, on the other hand, could take that kind of hit, because I'm pretty sure that only does 2 damage. Alternatively, I can get the Summoning Portal out, but I have no means to protect it. Not yet. Plus, I have no high-cost creatures that would actually benefit from that at this stage. So I'm thinking we throw out the 2 taunt creatures. Yep, just get some stuff on there, and we can get rid of that secret. We can see. It could be a snake trap. It could be an explosive trap. There might be another trap that I'm just not familiar with yet. But whatever the case, it's probably triggered by me hitting him. It's definitely not... We know it's not snipe, right? We know it's not snipe because that would have triggered immediately upon my creatures entering the field. So he's not going to be shooting me in the face. So that's good to know. Probably the explosive trap. So in this case, as long as he doesn't have a taunt, I should be able to just poke him and trigger that. And then we'll be fine. And then I can bring my Blood Imp out. Because otherwise the explosive trap would just kill it. Other options-wise, we still don't have the big combo for the Void Terror yet, so I'm probably going to hold on to that for the time being, considering it does actually, you know, eat my minions, which is probably bad. Alright, what's he about to throw out? He seems very, very unsure of himself, I've got to say. Very much so. Steady shot. Definitely unsure of himself. Is he opening up with a hero ability first? Yeah, he did. I don't know what he's trying to do, but it's not working. Okay, first things first. Let's find out what that bloody trap is. It is... Freezing Trap. Okay. Return to its owner's hand. That's kind of annoying. I've never seen a Freezing Trap before. Alright, cool. At least it's gone now, yeah? And it didn't happen with a more important creature, so that's nice. Okay, what can we do? Well, we can't bring out the Sea Giant yet. There's just nothing on the board, so the Sea Giant is kind of sitting at home, feeling sorry for itself. What we could do is play the Summoning Portal and then play the Demolisher and the Blood Imp. I think that's a good possibility. That'll also negate this cost problem that we've got here. We still don't have a lot of damage potential, but we've done a decent amount of early damage to him. So I think there's options there. Alright, let's get the Summoning Portal out. We already have a level of protection for it. Now, either he's just got a bunch of ridiculously high-cost cards going on there, or I don't know what he's doing if he didn't cast anything that turn. Okay, we get the Demolisher out, and we get the Blood Imp out, I think. Yep, there we go. That'll work. Let's do the damage there. Okay, so everything's getting a bonus amount of health, and as far as I know, he doesn't have area of effect damage. We've got our Demolisher out, so it's going to start pinging away at stuff, which is always wonderful. What we don't have is that major damage output, which we will be able to get with the Sea Giant next turn. Alternatively, of course, we could look for some kind of power overwhelming bomb with the Void Terror, but we haven't got one yet. Oh, that's a sneaky little thing to do. Thankfully, it doesn't kill it, because I believe what happened is I think the Blood Imp actually caused them a bunch of problems there. So, yeah, that's exactly what the Blood Imp's currently doing. It's actually upping the health to the point where that stuff doesn't work. Ouch. That does, though. That was a really nice move. That was a really nice move, and that's actually hurt me really badly. Because that means the Sea Giant's not coming out anymore, because those minions aren't there to lower its cost. Alright, suddenly that beautiful combo there has actually put him right back in the driving seat. Okay. Alright, well, we do have a Raging Worgen, but he may be able to just kill it off immediately. My Taunt creature costs too much. Yeah, this is a bit of a pickle, isn't it? So I could just drain life and then get the Worgen out to make sure it just doesn't have that creature. Because again, I don't have board clearing. If he starts to get some momentum here, this could be a problem. Alright, let's drain life and get the Worgen out. There we go. So it's like, hey, look, I have a creature here that's going to be a threat to you. You're going to have to do something about it. But he's got a lot of cards now, and he hasn't shown that many so far, which indicates to me that he does have a lot of heavy hitters in there. He must do. I mean, why else would he be in this state? And that combo of his was absolutely gorgeous, I've got to admit. If you didn't understand what happened there, by the way, he swapped health value around on the Summoning Portal. Oh, that annoying bastard. This could start to get irritating. But it could also be advantageous, depending on what that knife actually hits if he plays it on the creature. Anyway, as I was saying, he swapped the value on the Summoning Portal to take it down to... That would have usually, I believe, taken it down to 0 health, which would have blown it up. However, because my Blood Imp was out, that gave it +1. Oh, this is getting really irritating all of a sudden. So that stayed alive. However, he then used an explosive shot to kind of detonate everything else, which also killed the Blood Imp, which took the value of the Summoning Portal down to 0, so the Summoning Portal died. Yeah, it's that ridiculous. He did a great job. Okay, so this is an awkward spot, because he's got a pretty strong Taunt creature out. And he also has the damage potential to most likely kill my Sea Giant, and I don't have any taunt. That's pretty bad. I might actually have to spend that 6 cost to get that out, which is really not what I want to do. But at this stage, I don't really have a choice. Attacking here, it's annoying, but I might just have to do it, because if I leave that Knife Juggler out, it's more of a hassle than anything else. I'm not going to... Well, of course I can play this now. I can just follow that up, so... Yeah, this has now been used, and it wasn't used optimally because there wasn't another minion on the field, so I think I just kill it. The Knife Juggler is going to be too much of a nightmare otherwise. It's just going to keep being annoying, especially at this stage of the game, so... Yeah. It's still a tough call, because I do have this taunt creature out. I don't know. Okay, hold fire. Hold fire. It's like deliberating as to whether or not I want to sacrifice this creature, which has a lot of damage potential, if I'm able to get it injured but not killed. Especially if I get Void Terror and Power Overwhelming, or get rid of the Knife Juggler. The Knife Juggler can potentially trigger this Worgen as well, and currently he doesn't have enough damage potential to get at the Raging Worgen because of that 1/7 taunt. So, it looks... Well, he's going to start by beating on that guy. Okay. Alright, interesting. Fair enough. So what's his follow-up? He's got 8 mana, he has to have one. What's your follow-up? Ah, yeah, okay, I can see. Is he going to resummon that right now? He could, but that would be a little bit of a waste. Nice, that's triggered that. But unfortunately, I've just... Oh, God. Just double Knife Juggler? No. Yeah, there we go again. Actually, yeah, I've just realized how stupid I just was. Because I didn't get rid of the Knife Juggler. Well, the Knife Juggler's still there, so this Wind Fury isn't going to do anything, and now he's got 2 sets of them, so... The combo is available, but I don't know if I can do anything with it. We'll see. I might be able to do something with it. We still have the Sea Giant. We can play everything this turn, so... Okay, we could execute the combo regardless. Wind Fury is available. The thing is, like, whatever I hit, it's not going to... Actually, yes, it will stay alive, because Power Overwhelming will keep it alive. What am I talking about? Okay, alright, let's execute the combo. So, we start with Power Overwhelming. That's going to give it 4/4. That takes it up to 8/6. So, as long as it doesn't take damage more than that, it'll be fine. We're going to kill off the Knife Juggler. We're not going to kill the Brewmaster, because if we do that, then it's just going to kill off the Worgen before I can actually eat it up. So, let's do that. Alright. So, there's the start. That gets rid of him. So that's Knife Juggler off the field. Alright, so now what we do is we have a second Wind Fury attack we can use, but that will... I think it's worthwhile just to eat it with the Void Terror, honestly. I really do. And then play the Sea Giant. Actually, I need to play the Sea Giant before I play that. No, I can't do that. Oh, you moron. I think I've screwed this up. Yeah, I can't play the Sea Giant. And both. Because I just killed off one of his creatures. Ha! Caught out. Caught out. Okay. Alright. Void Terror. There we go. So that gives me an 11/4 creature. And I was going to tap, but I didn't. I'm not playing this well at all. This is... And I don't have Taunt. Why did I do that? I'm such a moron. God, I play so much better when I'm not talking. You have no idea. Yeah, that Void Terror is now very easy to kill. I should have killed his damn Brewmaster. What am I thinking? And now he plays a Sea Giant. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose this at this stage. This is really bad. And I'm a moron. Get in there and fight, maggot. What am I even thinking? Yeah, he kills it now with his fucking 3 creature. Yeah, I think I'm dead. I screwed that up completely. Terribly executed, stupid ideas. And I don't have any board clear. So, he's probably going to kill me. Frostwolf Warlord is not going to help me here. Sea Giant, it's like, hey, great, Sea Giant. It's going to die pretty much immediately. He actually has the damage potential to kill me next turn. I have no taunt, so that is, well, we'll do 1 life tap, see if we get anything good. That maybe keeps me alive for 1 more turn, which is not that impressive. And I still can't play the Sea Giant, so that's GG. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot! I'm an absolute moron. I let that completely slip away from me with a series of bad decisions. That was idiotic. Alright, let's try again. So that's 1 win, 1 loss. We'll get into the next one. Ah, it's infuriating. It's my own fault. It's entirely my own fault. I was so focused on, ooh, do this combo, do this combo. I didn't think about the consequences of it. I made a bunch of stupid decisions. God, if I killed off that taunt creature, that would have been an entirely different game. But no, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that because I want to do this stupid combination. Oh, it's the same guy. All right, cool. I guess we're getting one more shot at him then. Best of 3. Blood Imp, Power Overwhelming, Sense Demons. Yeah, I like that. Not so keen to get the Power Overwhelming so early, but Sense Demons for turn 3 is always nice if I end up having a creature problem. Getting the Blood Imp out immediately is always going to be nice, because you can't pick it off so easily. It's nice to have. Alright, well, round 3 against this guy then. And then I think I'll wait a little while, make sure I don't get him again. At least that, I know a lot about his deck, it's kind of haphazard. There's a couple of nice combos here and there. Alright, cool. We will start off with the Imp. Let's see what we get. What you got? Well, I kind of know what he's got.
Greetings, traveler.
His low-cost stuff wasn't that amazing, if I recall correctly.
I greet you.
Oh, I forgot to end turn. Wow. I'm an idiot. Should have just ended that immediately. That needs to flash, I think, like, just to remind people, because I think it's really easy to just throw your card down, and it's like, I'm done, and then, oh yeah, I kind of I'm not done at all, actually. Okay, we can Demon Fire that, but then that means attacking with it, which means taking it out as stealth, which I don't like so much. I'm just gonna life tap. Like, especially if I've got a decent number of creatures out in the field, it's worth keeping that thing alive. If I attack with it, the stealth disappears, which means he's very easy to kill. Alright, he's going to ping away at me, which means he probably doesn't have that many options early game. We've seen that his deck doesn't. Okay. Speaking of options, we can either get the Demolisher out or we can get the Flame Imp out immediately. Both are quite nice. Flame Imp is a little more targeted, let's just say. We can also Demon Fire that Flame Imp, which would make it even more ridiculous. Yeah, come on, think about it. 5/4 creature on turn 4. I mean, I could even do it on turn 3, but I think like I don't want to reveal that card so easily. We can combo that together next turn, maybe. Maybe we just get the Demolisher out. Something... I don't know. Forcing him to respond to that might not be a bad idea. Like, that might give me the yeah. I guess that would give me the tempo. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to Demon Fire it, which means that's actually going to go up to 5/5, because I forgot I have the Blood Imp there, so... that's a 5/5 creature on turn 3 is not too bad. It's going to force him to respond to that, just to try and make sure that I don't start really hitting him hard. I do have Shadow Bolt, so if he brings out a taunt creature, I can eliminate it. On turn 3, he doesn't have a taunt creature with enough HP, I don't believe, to hold up against that. The highest he could get would be 4, which I can kill with my Shadow Bolt. I don't remember any crazy taunt creatures that he actually has. Like, he's got some cards which give taunt, but he doesn't have any big stompy ones, I don't think. Nothing... Yeah, the 1/4 is probably the biggest he's got. Which is fine, I can just pop that. Kind of annoying that I have to get him out of the way so I can deal out a direct 5 damage, but... Again, the game that we won against him was the one where we kept the creature advantage, so I'm gonna stick with that. I could Power Overwhelming as well and just give it like 4 extra damage, but that's a waste. I mean, I've already used the Demon Fire on it, so why would I waste it right now? Unless I'm almost certain it's about to die. Yeah, I mean, why would I? I could just do that. I could bring the Blood Imp out of stealth and do an extra damage, but I'd rather not. Not right now. Because I don't have any taunt creatures. When I have a taunt, maybe. Maybe at that point I can risk taking the Blood Imp out. But right now, no. I'd rather it not be easily targeted. And I know that he doesn't have that kind of AoE effect. Any of his targeted stuff isn't going to work on it. So unless he has an explosive trap, which we've seen no evidence of so far in this particular deck of his, then that should be alright. Coin going down. Alright, looks like he might actually pop my Imp. Ah! Yeah, I keep forgetting he has that one piece of AoE. That's so annoying. It's an expensive one, don't get me wrong, but that's pretty irritating. Alright, well that kind of resets things. And I still have a health disadvantage because I've been life tapping quite a bit. Alright, no point in sensing demons at this stage, I don't think, because we do have the ability to summon other stuff. That isn't going to be too much of a problem. We could bring the Dragonling out, or we can have the Demolisher out.
So many possibilities.
Indeed there is. I'm thinking maybe we just bring out the Dragonling, and the justification for that being, it's like, hey, two damage creatures. Straight up. I mean, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. Gives me that immediate creature advantage on the board again. I know he's used one of his explosive shots. Considering he doesn't use them that often, he might have one, he could have two. Kind of annoying to lose the imp so early, but whatever. That wasn't going to stay alive for long anyway. I got one good hit off with it, which kind of made the combination worthwhile in my opinion. Oh, that's irritating. What's he going to do? What? No.
That didn't.
No, it didn't. That's the second time he's made that mistake, I think, actually. Yeah, the Hunter's Mark doesn't actually persist, so that's irrelevant.
You shall not pass.
Did he just give me...
Didn't quite hit the mark.
What? He gave me the +2 attack. What is he doing? Wow. It took me a minute to realize what he just did there. He actually gave me the +2 attack on my creature. You're a strange one. Alright, well, thanks, I guess. Okay, so we are now left with the ability to immediately kill his taunting creature, which is nice, and not take any damage for it. Can't kill it off with anything else. Power Overwhelming is useless at this stage. I can play the Sea Giant immediately, which is kind of insane. It's going to be difficult for him to deal with that. I don't have that many spells, so the Mana Addict, Power Overwhelming kind of combination right now. I think we just play the damn Sea Giant while we still can. It's like, hey, look, I got an 8/8 out on turn 6. This is going to be a problem for you. So let's start by getting rid of his taunt, and now he's split between, what do I hit, what do I hit? I could send the Dragonling directly after the Dwarf, but I have enough damage potential to one-shot it anyway, so I'm just going to go straight in. Alright, cool. I think I'm in a strong spot, but who knows what he'll break out next turn. So he may choose to kill off my... Well, I don't know if he should. Could he kill off my Dragonling mechanic? Maybe. Yeah, he could, or he could go directly for me. He's got a number of targets, let's just put it that way, and I've got more on the way. Even if I run out, I've got Sense Demons and I can bring a couple more in. The fact that I have a Mana Addict, Sense Demons, and Power Overwhelming means that setting up that big combo that I was talking about is a possibility. It's like a 50-50-ish shot that I'll draw my one Void Terror with this. And I was like, oh, Mana Addict, then throw down the Power Overwhelming, and then attack with it, and then use the Void Terror to eat it up, and then suddenly things get very interesting. Looks like he's gonna cancel out my Dragonling mechanic. Alright, okay. That's fine, I still have a Sea Giant. Do you have a taunt creature to stop me? Oh, come... Oh, no! Oh, RNG bullshit. I... RNG bullshit. Damn it. Well, so much for that idea. Lucky bastard. He was right, though, to kill off the creature first, because that made it more likely that it would hit. It was a 50-50, and it ended up hitting the one that I cared about. Okay, so I've got 7. What kind of combo can I set up? Well, I have Sense Demons, I've got my Mana Addict, I have stuff in general. So, you know, getting the Mana Addict out is probably a good idea.
Taste the mana.
Yeah. So basically, whenever I cast a spell, it's going to give +2 attack that turn. So that's why that combo works kind of well. I think I'm going to Sense Demons. Please give me that Void Terror. Yes, cool. Okay, the combo is available. Nice. Also gives me a taunt creature to protect that Mana Addict. Nice. Things are sliding together quite nicely here. And then we throw down just the board just to apply a little bit more pressure. Unfortunately, that is going to make it easier for him to get his Sea Giant out if he has one. But I have the makings of a big, powerful combo now. So we'll see how that works out. So what you would do is Power Overwhelming on the Mana Addict, and then hit him with the Mana Addict, then throw down the Void Terror to eat the Mana Addict, because it's going to die anyway. So we'll see. It's, you know, this is a decent lineup, I think. But, you know, who knows what he's got. I know he's already used one explosive shot. It's a very fragile lineup. It could die to an explosive shot very easily, I think. But we'll see. kind of... I can't quite remember whether Explosive Shot does 3 damage in AoE and then 5 direct, or which way. I can't remember. Okay, come on.
I wonder.
What do you want to do? Let's see what you got. Hopefully he's not got Taunt, otherwise this just goes wrong again. The one big weakness of that combo, aside from, you know, dying horribly, is having a Taunt creature that can shut it down. And I don't have enough damage potential to knock over that creature anyway. Well, I do, but, you know, if it's got 4 health or lower. What you got? Come on. Come on. Make your mind up. I like the indecisiveness from him, though. That's good. That makes me feel a bit better about myself. I'm not the only one that feels that way. Okay. Come on. What you got?
Quickly.
Looks like he's going to take the Taunt out. Okay. He's swapping values on that. All beasts have charge. That means he gets that value as well. Alright, cool. Alright, that was a... Ah, ha, ha. Ouch. Yeah, double power overwhelming bomb is now available. This is wonderful. This is exactly what I was hoping for. And it's cool as hell. Okay, he's in serious trouble. I'm about to hit him like a truck. Cool. And we can actually play everything in our hand as well, which is even better. Alright. So, power overwhelming. Cool. Power overwhelming. Double cool. Hit him with it. Bang. And then eat it. Which gives us a 18-15 Void Terror. Which is a little tricky to deal with, in my opinion. Alright, it did empty my hand, but he's now down to 6 health. So, unless he could... He actually has multiple things that could deal with that. But... he has to get rid of an 18-15 Void Terror, or somehow just have enough stuff on the field to absorb its hits for long enough to somehow whittle it down or deal with it. And just a piece of advice, don't do this against a priest, especially at this stage of the game, because they'll probably have mind control, and you will then die, and it will suck. Ah, that one card I hoped he didn't have, yes. That bloody... Oh, double taunt. Damn annoying. Incredibly so. So, I've got to work my way through that, and I don't have any board clear. If I had a Hellfire here, he would just be dead. But I got no Hellfires. None. None came in my draft, so... You do what you gotta do. You do what you can do, more to the point. What do you have, son? I wish to know. Okay, so he's got 4 mana left. He kind of just threw that card out. He's just resorting to doing direct damage at this stage and hoping his taunt creatures will keep him alive, and that's a good bet. You know, even the Demolisher's not going to kill him, and I don't have any direct damage that could kill him. So yeah, he's basically playing Rushdown with me now. Okay, that's cool. That's one of his taunt creatures taken down. I'm glad that it hit that and not that. So that's going to make it a little easier. I can get rid of one of his taunt creatures. Okay, let's life tap, see what we can get. Frostwolf Warlord. Alright, cool. That's a threat, definitely. So we'll just toss both of those creatures out. Okay, so that's now an 8-8. So he's in a lot of trouble. Let's be just totally honest about that. Okay, I'm going to hit that with the Demolisher because there's no point in losing the ball for no good reason. And I'm just going to have to beat that down. It's got to go. Hits like an absolute truck. That does mean that I then have the option to put another damage through. So, does he have what it takes to stay alive next turn? He does not have the damage potential to kill me. That at least I know. I think. Just going through my head, it's like, what could he do that would kill me? Well, he doesn't have a beast, so like a double kill command and a steady shot is not an option for him. Okay, that's not going to help him in any way. Does he have another Defender of Argus? Okay, he's triggered a secret. Could be a frozen trap, could be an explosive trap. Frozen, it's not going to matter either way, unless I do something stupid, like throw that at him, which I'm not going to do, so... I mean, I think he's dead. I don't see what else he could really do. Yeah, he's toast. And he just lost his other creature as well, so... What is it? Is it an explosive trap or a freezing trap? It is that freezing trap, which is not going to help him in any way. So, let's queue up that command to kill him. There's the GG. Cool. So, best 2 out of 3 worked out in our favor. Nice. I want to stop it here for the time being, because this actually took longer than I expected. But there you go. There's best of 3 here with that Hunter. some mistakes have been made. Let me put it that way. That second game was terrible from me. Absolutely dreadful performance. But it's only 1 loss on the board and 2 wins, so we are going towards hopefully our second Grandmaster key. If you have interest in seeing more of this, then feel free to let me know in the comment section and click the like button. That is what it's there for. Let me know that you actually like it, and we'll see about doing more of it. So there you go. My name has been TotalBiscuit. The start of a Warlock Arena run. 3 games in, 2-1. I'll see you next time.